Blake's Hitch. Hello everybody, welcome back, and today's little knot is a friction knot as such, and it's the Blake Hitch. I've had a chat with a friend of mine, Matthew J. Norman, who does tree felling, climbing trees, arborist stuff, and he tells me that this is slightly outdated, this knot, so I assume he doesn't use it so much anymore unless he has to, but he knows how to tie it, so if he needs it he actually gets on and uses it. And the whole idea of this particular knot is to allow you to ascend or descend on a rope. And if I say, for example, just get hold of the underside of the knot like so, you can see it easily slides up the rope. If I get the top end, it easily slides down the rope. However, if I get hold of the actual the standing end of the rope and pull really tight, you can see it's starting to strangle round here, not unlike the Prusik knot. Nice little friction hitch this, and you can see that the more I pull on it, the more it tightens, and it's basically not going anywhere, it's not moving. And however, if I let go, I can then climb a little bit further up the rope, just a gentle push like that, and then pull again, and I've gone a little bit further. The only thing I haven't done in this, it can be made more secure by tying a stopper knot into the working end at this point here. However, let's get on and tie this knot, and this knot is an absolute doddle to tie, so let's get knotting and tie the Blake's Hitch. Right, so as you can see in front of me here, to tie the Blake's Hitch, on the left hand side I've got my yellow rope that we're going to actually tie the Blake's Hitch with, and the red rope in front of me is secured up there to a branch or something similar. So the first thing that we do to tie the Blake's Hitch, and it's such a doddle, this knot is so easy to tie, what you do is you just close a fist around the red rope and put your thumb so that it runs parallel along the red rope itself, and you'll see why in a second why we do that. The next thing I do is pass the working end over my thumb and the red rope. Once I've done that, let's just pull a little bit through, so lock that into place under my arm. So now that we've done that, the next thing I do is I get my working end and I pass it around my thumb and red rope once. So you can see now I've passed it completely round, but we've got two loops on the top there. Now that I've done that, I then take the working end and I pass it underneath the red rope, and we don't include the thumb this time. Go round once and then take the working end again and go round for a second time, and then bring it underneath to your left hand side again. So now, as you can see here, as we close that up, you can see now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 loops there, and I can now pull out my thumb, and you can see now where I've pulled out my thumb, I've got a bit of a gap here for my rope in a second when we need to use it. Just bring that into view there. Okay, so now what I do is I take my working end and I pass it over my yellow standing end and underneath my red rope. So it's going over the standing end, under my red rope, and there is my working end. The next thing I do is I pass my working end underneath 1, 2 loops like so, and then pull through the excess. And then as I pull through the excess, the next thing I'm going to do is dress it up nice and smartly. And once it's dressed up, just pull it all nice and tight so we end up with our loops are tight around there, and you can see now what we've done is we have tied the Blake's Hitch. And now that we've tied it and dressed it, I should now be able to pull on this yellow rope. Let's just put that into view a bit so you can see I can slide it up easily, and then as I pull down on that yellow rope, it is strangling itself around the red rope and it's not moving. However, if I let go, I can slide it up, I can slide it down, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful little friction hitch, this particular method of doing it. And also the other thing is, if you're very safety conscious and you are slightly concerned that the yellow cord might slip through the knot itself, what you can do is at this point here, just tie yourself a nice little figure of 8 or some other form of stopper knot. And so there you go, you can see I've tied a figure of 8 knot there, and okay, it's not pulled up tightly, pull it up tightly, and then should the rope slide to that point there, it's not going to go any further because your figure of 8 knot has actually prevented it from moving any further. But the other thing to note about this particular knot, right, when we look at this knot here, what I've done is I've tied it the 4-2 method. In other words, I've gone round once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So we've got 4 loops round there, and then the 4-2 method means that we've gone round 4 times. Then this here is my working end, is coming around underneath, going underneath the red one and coming out at this point here at the number 2 point. That's why it's called the 4-2 method. So in other words, if we had done 5 turns around here, you do what's known as the 5-3 method. In other words, you have 5 turns round here, and then where this comes out, it would come out 1 further at the number 3 point, and I think it makes it just that little bit more secure. The choice is yours. But once again, if you're going to go climbing, for crying out loud, don't believe me, because I'm only learning these knots as well. Seek professional advice. So anyway, that is the Blake's hitch. So once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me one of these if you liked it. Give me one of these if you hated it. But if you hated it, please do comment down below and tell me why you hated it. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.